Nation? Main Event TV, aka Me TV, aka grown men be stalking the internet and need to be kicked off this motherfucker. You know what? Don't even get me started, alright? Today's video was not supposed to be done. It wasn't planned to be done. Understand that after the sports video, I was calling it a week, okay? But what happened yesterday, after idiots wanted to expose themselves and prove me right, alright? Expose themselves. You know, if you're going to expose yourself that bad, you know how I do, guys. You're going to give me that ammo. I'm going to show it to all of you. All right, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about one Dan Slott. Now, before I get started, you guys had said in my Spider-Man 700 review that Dan Slott is a douchebag. That's what you guys said, all right, in the comments. You said, you know, he's so far up his own ass. You guys said that he has an ego problem. You guys said this on the internet. He has his own YouTube channel and all this, and all he does is disrespect people. Okay, now I didn't know anything about that. But after what he did yesterday, definitely confirms that. I'm going to show you guys. Now, understand what happened. The interview came out yesterday about Superior Spider-Man may be cut short because, I mean, come on, let's be honest here. Fan backlash. Because it's not money, because Marvel has money. So that's not the problem. It may be cut short due to fan backlash. That's what they're saying. Now, Dan Slott said it may be cut short. He said that, okay? He said that in an interview. Now, understand, what I did was yesterday when one of you guys had sent me the interview, right? And when you guys also, commented and told me what was going on with Superior Spider-Man, because I didn't get it, okay? But like this, I got the interview, and I put on Twitter and on the Facebook fan page, you know, I said, you know, Marvel is hurting from the Facebook backlash, you know, the fan backlash, and they may be cutting Superior Spider-Man short. That's all I said. That's all I said, all right? And I'm going to show you the screenshot on Twitter where I said it. And then a couple minutes later, Dan Slott favorited my tweet, which was kind of odd because, number one, I didn't really use any keywords. I wasn't using any hashtags. I didn't send it directly to him. You get what I'm saying? I didn't use his name even. And yet, he found me. So either he was looking up something that said Marvel affiliated, Spider-Man affiliated, or he was looking up his own name. Meaning, this old dude is scouring the internet and looking for a fight. That's what he's doing. So when he favored my tweet, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, all right? But he favorites my tweet, and I screenshot because I felt that was kind of odd. You know what I mean? Kind of odd. So what I did was, you know, I screenshotted the tweet, and I packed up, you know, the computer, and I went out. I went shopping with my friends. You know what I'm saying? With the team. So we went to the comic book store first, and I want to tell y'all now, I went and picked up Ultimates. Superman with Captain America when he gets sworn in. I'll be doing a review of this, and I will definitely be doing a review on Venom 28 and 29. Venom is in Philly now, so you know if they don't represent Philly right, you know I'm gonna have something to say about it. Okay, just so you know that. Now I put it like this. So we're in the comic book store. We're in there for about 30, maybe 45 minutes in there. So we're in there just looking and talking, you know, with the people and everything. And there's tons of Superior Spider-Man comics on the rack. All right. Now, mind you, we are in one of the biggest, most famous comic book stores here in Philadelphia at the time. All right, Fat Jack's. Now, I'll talk about this because when we're talking to other people, they're saying, you know, Superior Spider-Man isn't that good. There's also other people who were defending Slott. You know, they got into a conversation about it, you know. But all in all, it was all friendly. Everyone was smiling. It was all good. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a big deal, right? Not a problem. So after we leave, we're going to go get some basketball sneaks because we're going to go bowling. You know what I mean? So we're going basketball, you know, shoe shopping. You know what I mean? For some sneaks. And then a couple hours later, that's right, a couple hours later, Dan Slott sends me a message like this. So let me get this straight. You favored that tweet and held on for it for hours so that you can come back later and send me a message. Are you really that butthurt? Are you really that sensitive, Dan Slott? And also, understand that you just proved me right what I said in my Spider-Man 700 review. You did it for sales. Because didn't no one bring up sales? No one brought up sales. I said you simulated a tragedy and then try to roll over to a new book to get people to, you know, to buy it out of curiosity. That's what happened. No one brought up sales. You did. So once again, you just showed to me and to everyone else, it's about the money. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later because a couple of people he had some problems with on the internet as well said the same thing. And he denied to the end that it, you know, that's not what it was about. Look, Dan Slott, I don't know where the hell you think you're coming from, but I promise you step into the wrong person when it comes to that. You should know better than this, all right? I didn't even go into the point about how bad his writing was or how he took stuff as I put in a review about The Crow and things like that. I didn't say anything to him like that. You get what I'm saying? Over one link, an interview that he did, mind you. So you're mad at me over an interview that you did, over things that you said. Seriously. That's what you're mad over. But since he wants to play this game, now mind you, I'm on my cell phone because they said, we out shopping, we out. You know what I'm saying? But since he wants to act like this, then it's time to put him straight. Because like I said, we just came back from the comic book store and the shelves were full. So I don't know what he's talking about. And then one of his ass-kissing fanboys comes out and starts attacking me out of nowhere. Mind you, he's acting like Dan Slott is his husband. Look, he's a grown man. He can defend himself. Didn't no one even say anything to him, all right? And now you're quick to defend him. Is this what happens these days with these clowns? But you know what? I put this dude in his place too. Then this dude comes out and says that he's not a fanboy. So apparently I'm calling it wrong, all right? And that he's not butthurt. That's kind of funny because you were quick to come to his defense. And I didn't even say anything towards Slott. You get what I'm saying? I didn't say anything to him. He came to me. You get what I'm saying? So obviously he's the one who's butthurt. He's the one who did the interview. But now you butthurt. And then he says he's not butthurt. But apparently I am from getting owned by Slott. How did I get owned? How? Because he brought up some sales numbers, which I said that was the entire point in the video before. This dude is saying he's not a fanboy, but understand, he's attacking me with the name of Superior Spider-Man. So, I put it like this. I go into his profile from my cell phone, and you should know, you can take screenshots of your cell phone profiles and stuff, but as you can see, you can already see his name. So nothing's been, privately leaked. But understand, first off, your name is Superior Spider-Man, you won't show your face, and then you have a picture of you dressed as Spider-Man with your arm over Dan Slott. See, this is how you put people on ice, all right? And you catch them in their lies. And this is why I don't understand. Because why do you have to act this way? He's a grown man. He came to me, and you gonna tell me now he can't defend himself? So you gotta do it for him? So you gonna let little kids defend you, Dan Slott? Is that how you roll? Huh? I don't even know why you on the internet acting like this anyway, all right? But then the real dudes start coming out, and they're starting to see these dudes is getting sensitive over nothing. They start laughing at him. And then Dan Slott contacts me again, this time blaming the comic book store for not selling out. Oh, they must not be, that big of a comic book store, because real distributors, they've already sold out. Let me get this straight. It's easy to blame, all right, the comic book stores. I can't believe you would disrespect the comic book store, the ones that carry your stuff. All right, and there was people in that comic book store that were defending you, so you just disrespected them, Dan Slott. What the hell's wrong with you? Is this what you do all day? Because if so, you need to take your old ass off the internet. You do. It's pathetic that you would even go this far. And then a fan who bought Superior Spider-Man said in his town and confirmed that the shelves were also full of Superior Spider-Man. So Dan Slott, first off, you didn't even, produce any actual numbers, number one. Number two, all you did was prove me right when it came to it was a cash grab. And number three, all you did was prove to everyone else that you're not in it for the love of comic books, that you're in it for the money. That's what you did, all right? It was confirmed. And you're lying as well, because if it was sold out, it would be sold out everywhere. Obviously, it's not. Now I want to talk about one Dan Slott real quick. I want to show you a picture of what he looks like. If you didn't see the one with Spider-Man, it was too quick. This is what Dan Slott looks like. Now, let's be honest here, okay? Every time that you see somebody or someone makes fun of somebody on the internet when they say, oh, you're a loser or you live in your mom's basement, this is pretty much the image of what you're thinking, all right? This is pretty much it. But let's get something straight here. Dan Slott, you are not worthy to don the shield of Captain America on your chest. You're not, all right? Especially the way you act. You didn't learn anything from Spider-Man. You didn't learn anything, obviously, from Captain America. With your actions, the way you act, you should be ashamed of yourself. You are way too old to be online and trying to pick fights, all right, with people because they have a difference of opinion. That's that simple. I put it like this. I spent my $8 on Amazing Spider-Man 700. It was not up to par me. It was unsatisfactory to me, okay? I have a right as a consumer to my opinion. That's simple. That's how it works. If you don't like it, deal with it. That's simple. But I will put it like this, okay? Because I'm going to put some links in the info bar for you guys. Apparently, Dan Slott does this all the time. That's right. He goes on the forums and fights with people on the internet over stuff that is said about him. Mind you, I didn't say anything about him, but now he's going on to was it Spider Crawl or whatever. I'm going to put it in a link in the info bar for you guys. Apparently, he has a history of flaming people and fighting with people. And at one point, he actually does try to act somewhat adult until he tells the guy to go fuck off. Literally, fuck off. You've got to be kidding me. This old man is acting this way, and that's not all. No. Because in another interview, he complained so much about the fan backlash, the death threats, and things like that. And this is what a person said to him. They said to him on Twitter, they would take a pencil and ram it through his eye. And you know what Dan Slott said? He's old. He's out of shape. All right. So you should know if you're out of shape, you should be taking care of yourself. All right. I'll get in that in a minute. All right. He's out of shape, and he can't defend himself. That's what he said. All right. He said, but what he would do is sue. So let's get something straight here. You go online, you troll people, you fight with people, but when someone tries to bring it to you in the real, you want to sue them. That's the most cowardice thing, most exposed thing I've ever seen in my life. And if that's how you act, and you bring that behavior to your fan base, and apparently that's how they act, then there's a problem. And Marvel, I put it like this. You need to take care of this. Because as far as I'm concerned, I will never buy a book with Dan Slott's name on it ever again. Since this is about sales, right? Since this is about money, understand, Marvel, you hired Dan Slott. He represents you. And this is how he acts online. An old man. This is how he acts. Understand that this is not the way things are supposed to be. And it's time to put some of these dudes out the pasture. It really is. As far as I'm concerned, Dan Slott, you should be ashamed of yourself. You already said that you can't defend yourself. So you're not trying to see anybody. And I'll put it like this. You guys, you can send this to him if you want. I don't care, all right? This is how I feel. There's no reason for me to put a link on Twitter and have this dude start having just pull your skirt down, man. He on his period at this point. You gotta be kidding. I'm going to save it for a couple hours later till I message this guy and really get on him. Are you serious? And you really didn't even say anything. You didn't produce anything. You didn't say anything. Look, I put it like this, Dan Slott. The last time you did some good work was on She-Hulk. That was your last good work. Let's be honest here. And in the interview also, there's another part where they say, well, this guy is decked out in Spider-Man all over his house. He's got Spider-Man apparel and everything. What did we talk about the Spider-Man footies last video? Yeah, he's still wearing them. Yeah, there's something wrong with this dude. He's a man-child, and he needs to grow up. You that old? You already writing for comics? If you think that people care about that in the real world, you are sadly mistaken. Like I said, you would not act this way in front of people in front of their face like this. No way. Maybe at a convention because you think you got a security around you and you're dealing with a bunch of nerds, but as you can see, I'm not that dude. Understand that you need to calm down. Like I said, you can send this to him. Y'all said he has a YouTube account. Feel free to respond if you want, if you got the heart. Because last I checked, you haven't had heart in a very long time when it comes to your writing. That's how I see it. I'm sorry you hear that ambulance. You know what that means? That means it's shaking time. That's exactly what would happen. You on life support, homie. Understand that. But I will put it like this. It's sad that it has come down to this. Over one link. You've proven that you're a coward. You've proven that you don't care about comics. I'm calling you on it. Yeah, I am. But I'm sure he'll see this. I bet you once I put it on Twitter, he'll search his name again and he'll find me. Yeah. I'm done with this. I'm going to make sure this is uploaded and it's done by before I even go to the gym, because that's where I was headed. Dan Slott, you say you out of shape. And I put it like this. You look old. If you're really not that old, I put it like this. People who are out of shape and are really out of shape like him, you always look 10 to 15 years older than what you really are. All right? You should be taking care of yourself instead of sitting on the internet and trying to find reasons to argue. You should. What the hell's wrong with you? You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out. I can already see this is just the beginning of things to come.